friends, family, people I don't know, people that have never seen a video of mine before. Hello, this is Daniel from Dan Has Fun, playing some Sid Meier's Alien Crossfire, a Brian Reynolds design. Now, I have played this on the channel before. Nice run with Domai, so if you want to see that, go check out the playlist. But this time around, we're going to be utilising the Thinker mod, which again I will put in the description for anybody that wants to get it themselves. I'm using the Good Old Games version of this game, although I believe you can get it now on Steam as well. I don't think there's any difference really between the two versions. Anyway, the Thinker mod just out of necessity really, because the 24H2 Windows update bricked a lot of versions of Alpha Centauri, so thanks for that, Windows, greatly appreciated. But it does do a lot of things that can change the gameplay. Now, I haven't made it change too much, but there's a whole variety bag of things. You could have it, for example, so that, say, mineworms have infinite movement. You can have it so that the game will generate a landmass purely made out of land or sea if you really wanted to. You could make it so that any particular type of unit is basically unusably bad. Other things it does do involves the AI behavior, and this is where I think the biggest difference is. So really, I would consider the game now to have 3 difficulty levels per se. So the AI in the base game, I think it's fair to say, left a little bit to be desired. Then there's a variant of the Thinker mod, this is the default, where it does all of the improvements that the Thinker mod has tried to improve with the AI. Then there's a setting in between, which is the one we're going to use, where rather than having the Thinker mod AI actively on in the game for the opposing factions, it still uses all the improvements, but it doesn't use the special behavior tweaks. So we will have some positive changes, like I know in the previous game we mentioned that, hey, the AI never builds supply crawlers. By the way, if you don't understand any of this, we'll talk about the game when we get there, but this is a quick summary. But yeah, if the AI in the past, it never used supply crawlers, it almost never used any type of spy beyond the standard one. The game will be smart enough to use those, but it won't go and do everything that the AI behavior has been able to be improved to. I'm going to tell you why. In my opinion, the full fat improvements make every opposing AI faction play in exactly the same way, and I don't find that very exciting. One of the best things about this game is that every faction with this different ideology does behave in different ways, and I feel like if you go the whole way you lose out on that. But yes, thank you for listening to my introduction, droning on a bit for a couple of minutes. Let's get into the actual game. So we're going to start game, we're going to do a random planet because I don't want to know what the map looks like. We're going to do a standard planet because we're just going to play one run for now. If this ends up being unbelievably popular, maybe we'll change course on that again. Standard surface amount, average erosive forces and native life, and cloud cover. I'm going to bump it up to Thinker difficulty. I believe when I played as Domai, I played at Librarian. The Librarian is the difficulty where the AI does not get any production advantage, doesn't cheat per se. Thinkers where they get, I think it's a 15% bonus towards their production because everything's effectively 85% cost, I think. It's 85, it might be 80, but I think it's 85. Anyway, it gives them some advantages. It also means we're going to get drones quicker, which are just going to upset our cities and not do anything. In terms of rules, I always leave these ones on because I think they're the most interesting. I am a blind research individual because I feel like it adds to the flavour of the game. It does definitely make it harder for the human player though, so bear that in mind if you're doing it by yourself. I like to have all the different options. I also like the AI to be able to restart within, or any player for that matter. It could be us that gets stomped, but within the first 100 turns of the game, if you have this setting off, they will be able to try again. I like that. So who are we going to play as? So for people that don't know anything about this game, base game came with 7 factions. The Alien Crossfire expansion came with 7 factions, including 2 completely broken alien factions we will not be using. What I'm going to do is I'm going to not put it on random, but it allows us to pick who we're going to be and who we get to play against. So just for balance, I like to pick a faction that is really good for research, so we could either pick the University or the Consciousness. Let's pick the Consciousness. I then like to pick a couple of factions that are going to be our aggressors. So in this case, I'm going to pick the Planet Cult because we did not use them last time. And we're going to use the Believers because everybody hates Miriam. We'll explain more later again for people that are new. Then I like to have a couple of people that I know will absolutely not get on, just to kind of give us some flavour, really. So I'm thinking we put the Peacekeepers in because they will never get on with the Lord's Believers. And let's have somebody that kind of helps them a bit, because these Lal tends to get wrecked. So we'll put in... Do you want to put the Angels in? Yeah, we could do. Alright. Then we have a couple of slots left. And really we just need to bulk things out. The Gaians are always popular, so let's make sure they're in there. So when we look at this map, we have two very aggressive leaders. We have a couple of erratic leaders, a couple of pacifistic leaders. So we need one more of something. And we could just pick the pirates because they're very different. You know what? Let's do it. Okay, so we've got our 7 factions in here. We have to play as one of them, though, obviously. This is not just a watch party. We're not going to set the AI off to play, although I think that would be interesting to watch if we could. Maybe you can do that with a Thinker mod. I've never tried. Anyway, that's not what we're doing at the moment. We're going to play as a Cybernetic Consciousness. In my opinion, of the 7 factions that come into Alien Crossfire, this is probably the second best human faction, I would say. They're one slot better than who I used last time. Remember, last time I used Domai of the free drones. I think the Consciousness is better than them. Not by a ton, but I do think they're a little bit better. And then the 2 alien factions, and actually Svensgaard of the Pirates, I think is by far and away the 3rd best. Albeit the AI is not very good at using him. Let's listen to Prime Function Aki Zeta-5 do some talking, and then we'll talk about what she actually does.
Those who join us need give up only half of their humanity, the illogical, ill-tempered, and disordered half, commonly thought of as right brain functioning. In exchange, the left brain capacities are increased to undreamed potential. The tendency of biologicals to cling instead to their individual personalities can only be attributed to archaic evolutionary tendencies. Prime function, Aki Zeta-5, convergence.
So I apologise if she's a little bit quiet relative to me. She is basically the ASMR faction. She doesn't really do a lot of loud talking. So we'll start the game up. We're going to make planetfall. That looks like a great start, by the way. But let's go into our data links and talk about this faction just for a second. So, the Cybernetic Consciousness. They are focused on rational objectivity. They start with a couple of decent techs. Not going to complain about that. But what's their shtick? They're really good at researching, as you might have imagined, with their left brain focus. 20% bonus to research is excellent. They are very efficient. So this is good for 2 reasons. So one, it means we could potentially run some social engineering policies later on that are not very efficient without suffering major issues. Efficiency, by the way, is things like avoiding corruption and bureaucracy if you have a lot of settlements, things like that. But that +2 efficiency, tacking onto that, means we can expand a lot more than the average faction before we really start running into bureaucracy problems and things like drones, like unhappy civilization populations. We do get -1 growth, which sucks, because we can't do a popular strategy known as the pop boom very easily. But we'll talk about that later when it gets there. Speaking of later, the impunity to cybernetic penalty is not... It might not even come up in this entire game. This is a future society tech, which we're not probably going to run into. We can't pick something called fundamentalist, so we can't pick like a religious government style, which I guess makes sense if we're going pure rational. We can steal a technology when capturing a base. Now, you can add that as a setting for every faction, but this is incredibly useful, because normally what happens, if you get stuck in an early war, you take a deep sigh and you're like, oh, they're going to waste my time, I'm going to end up far behind, and somebody's going to run away with the game. This faction doesn't mind quite so much being at war, because they can catch up, assuming the other person you're facing isn't miles behind as well. I think these guys are pretty good. I wanted to make sure I picked somebody pretty good, so hopefully I don't get my backside handed to me with this mod and an increase in difficulty. Thank you for listening to my introduction. By the way, if you do want to make sure you don't miss any of this content, please do get subscribed, and let me know if you played this game in the comments. That'd be greatly appreciated. Algorithmic involvement for this algorithm faction would be appreciated. I'm not going to go over everything in quite as much detail as I did with the Domai run, because, I mean, that entire run is there. But the long story short here is this is a beautiful start. We have some rainy tiles. They're going to give food. We have a couple of bonus resources for it. I can see the sea, but I'm not prioritizing settling on the coast quite as much because we know the pirates are out there. This is an excellent start. So we are going to settle one colony pod in place immediately, as I turn the volume down just a smidge. There we go. Alpha Prime. Sweet. So, what I like to do immediately is say, Governor, you're active, but the only thing you can do is manage citizens and specialists. It'll mean they automatically, hopefully, pick the right tile to work. Food, minerals, energy. Standard 4x fare. This is a decent start for sure. We do need to improve it with some workers, but it's pretty good. We do start with the ability to build network node. I'm probably not going to do that straight away. This is not a mineral-rich location. It's got a couple of decent tiles for it, but not yet. That's okay. We'll get one scout patrol in, and we'll probably start building a colony pod to get more bases. Speaking of more bases, where do we think we want to go? So, typically, the west is going to have the best land, because the wind and rain comes from west to east. They really did a great job modeling this map. But I can see that the crater is here, the Garland crater, you can see in this texture. This looks flat as a pancake, so I'm guessing there's no land out here. There is land to the south. We're kind of just south of the equator of this map. I don't know. I hope we don't have a faction on both sides of us. That would suck, because it means it doesn't look like there's a lot of land to our sides. I'm going to start by going south.
Turn complete.
And yes, I am leaving my base undefended initially because I am crazy, but that's okay.
Complete.
Cool. Alright, so I am going to keep this right now until we see another faction. We might want to switch our priorities on what we're researching. Remember, it's blind, so we do not know what we're getting into. Oh wow, another nutrient resource. And that's a river. That was a bit brave to do that. So rivers give us more energy potentially. I am even going to step out temporarily as well here. Mine worm's not what I want to see. So that's the native life that's going to try and wreck our stuff. Not so inclined to deal with that. But you won't be able to reach me if I go this way. Cool. They get a big debuff at the start. So that's why that went perfectly fine.
Turn complete.
Is that the jungle? That's something else about this mod that's really good. So, Monsoon Jungle gives every tile that's jungle covered +1 food, and it's broken. And usually in the base game there's only one Monsoon Jungle. This mod will split the jungle up into multiple pieces if you choose to do it. And I think that is a massive improvement, because it means not just one faction gets everything. But the fact that this is jungle already tells me we're going this way. Rivers also give us bonus for movement. That sucks, but we can at least back up. You don't want to fight them when you're on fungus. That's bad news for everybody. So let's do that. You are going to stay in place for now. You're going to hide in the background, just in case you lose. You were fine. Cool. Okay, well, we definitely want to settle here. I like to settle 3 tiles apart if I can, but clearly we went further than that. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this would be a tile we could settle on pretty safely. So we're going to settle there. We can't settle on rocky tiles, so that's definitely the right tile for us. Get a scout patrol out. You're going to go heal, because you can't heal to max health outside of your territory.
The planet's atmosphere, though a gasping death to humans and most animals, is paradise for earth plants. The high nitrate content of the soil, and the rich yellow sunlight bring an abundant harvest wherever adjustments can be made for the unusual soil conditions. Lady Deidre Sky, A Comparative Biology of Planet.
Sweet, thank you very much for that. So first tech we've unlocked is Centauri ecology, which is pretty common. We get formers, which are the workers or builders, whatever you want to call them, in this game. We can get the weather paradigm, which is arguably the most important early game wonder. Just means you can build things a lot quicker, and you can get boreholes, which are crazy good. Not going to worry about it too much right now. No, I'm good. That's fine. The data angels have already teched quicker than we have, but that's okay. Again, they get a discount, I think, towards science as well. Scout patrol, and that's because of the difficulty, not because they're the data angels. Get a former, for sure. This is going to be delicious eventually. You'll notice this apple has a black ring around it. It's because until you unlock the prereq tech, you can only get a maximum of 2 resource on a tile unless it's a specialty resource, like this nutrient can get to 3. So that's important to know. You might as well be the wanderer while Buddy Boy heals. So let's have you move. Oh, nice, a battle ogre. So this little mamma jamma is unable to heal, but it acts as like extra. Think of it as extra happiness in your base because it's good at dealing with drones. I probably don't want to scout with you, but you will hopefully mean that other factions don't see us as weak. So I'm going to have you go back.
We hold life to be sacred, but we also know the foundation of life consists of a stream of codes, not so different from the successive frames of a watch vid. Why then, cannot we cut one code short here and start another there? Is life so fragile that it can withstand no tempering? Does the sacred brook no improvement? Chairman Shen Jiyang, Dynamics of Mind.
Another great early game tech, because you can get recycling tanks, which just give you 1 extra of every base resource. This game is a little bit crusty, so the problem I have, if you're wondering, hey, those guys are so quiet, why? I go into audio-visual preferences, I can turn up their voice, but that also turns up like the dude that shouts turn complete. We can turn it up a little bit, but I'll warn you, it might be a little bit loud. Cool, forest. We like forest. That's now, yeah, that's a really good tile that it gave us. Can we buy our colony pod to speed this up? Yes, we can. Another good thing about the Thinker mod, if you click make a partial payment, you'll see it says minimum cost to hurry for next turn completion is 9, which is less money. It will leave it so it only has 2 minerals in this case left to build. Do bear in mind, if you say lose a population or you're at war and then a hostile unit takes a tile, it's not thinking about that. So you sometimes leave yourself high and dry. But generally, it's pretty good.
Production complete.
Now, am I going to blindly send this out here? Probably just because I'm going to move it in this gap. It's a bit risky to do this, but I really, really, really don't want to deal with having to build another scout patrol and wait.
If you can discover a better way of life than office holding for your future rulers, a well-governed city becomes a possibility. For only in such a state will those rule who are truly rich, not in gold, but in the wealth that makes happiness, a good and wise life. Plato, The Republic, Data Links.
Cool, thanks for social. This is not important for us early game, and it's a build tech, you can tell because it's yellow. Gives us rec commons, which we do not need right this second right now. On Thinker difficulty, I think it's the 3rd population point you get is going to immediately be a drone and beyond. That's kind of annoying that that's a rocky tile. So where am I going to settle? I could settle here, and because it's a fat cross, we still get access to all this. So I think that's what we'll do. And that also means we can work this resource. Oh, hi, Mindworm. That's there. And very rude of it. You can move back. Wait, what? Lady Deirdre? Ah, the analytical prime function Aki Zeta-5, first among consciousness. I lead the Gaians. We intend to guard, understand, and preserve planet's native life. Her power is pathetic, so she is the weakest on planet. I am not giving you a tech for a map. You want to be friends? Sure. Walk with planet, Deirdre. Will you now do a tech for tech? Nope, you will not. That point means you don't have any.
Turn complete.
Her borders are here, which means she has probably spawned in this area, would be my guess. And that was kind of what we were really hoping wouldn't happen. But, I mean, it is what it is.
Turn complete.
Does that mean she absorbed that mind worm? No, she killed it, I guess. She has the ability to get mind worms sometimes when she tries to attack them for free. But what that tells me is that we are going to have to expand pretty quickly. And the way to start doing that is we need roads. Going on the fungus early is a little bit dangerous, but we need to start building roads out. You can settle in place. There you go, Beta Heights. And you need a recycling tank and a former, and then you'll start expanding. I can't step on that pod because of zone of control. So I guess I'm going to grab the pod in our territory. Oh, there was an earthquake. Did you see that rise in altitude of this terrain? That pod was an earthquake pod. Sweet. Oh, another battle ogre. Cool. I'm okay with that. Again, I don't usually use them offensively, although we could totally go in and try and batter Deirdre really early on. I mean, we could do that, guys. We might do that. I'm going to move these battle ogres more aggressively than I normally would to see what we have around then, just to see what options we've got. I can't afford to rush you. Our capital doesn't have a lot of production. It has a lot of food, but not a lot of production yet. Okay, so that's the sea.
Turn complete.
Rivers we get faster movement on, so we will certainly be taking advantage of that as we scout.
Turn complete.
They essentially work as roads. That's a lot of river. Jeez Louise. Oh, hi, Colony Pod. How are you? Ah, the Gaians got secrets of the human brain, which means they get a free tech. They're mad at me because I'm in their territory.
More nihilistic than that of previous eras. Perhaps this is simply a sign of our maturity as a sentient species. As our collective consciousness expands beyond a crucial point, we are at last ready to accept life's fundamental truth, that life's only purpose is life itself. Chairman Shen Jiyang, looking God in the eye.
Important turn, this is a lot going on. So, we don't worry about hologram theatres. Virtual World gives you a free hologram theatre if you have a network node, which means you just get a lot of happiness. Probe Teams, so the game's spy variant. Planned is our first social engineering choice. So you can take a look at that. This is something we can run with far less penalty than normal, because we already have 2 efficiency. So planned causes us to lose 2, but we get 2 growth, so our cities grow quicker, and we get industry, which means we can build things faster. For us, this is an absolute no-brainer. It will cause Deirdre to be angry at us, because her favourite social engineering choice is green, and this is diametrically opposing it. Sucks to be her. We also have the uranium flats here. I would love to get the uranium flats, to the point where I'm wondering if we throw a colony pod down here as soon as we can. Mineworm, you should come in and say hi to us, so we want to attack it, so we'll wait.
Turn complete.
There it is. If you attack a mineworm and defeat it too, you get planet pearls. So that's essentially free money. 10 credits, not a lot early game, but it's better than nothing. We are clearing some fungus so I can build roads. There's her colony pod. We got a free Unity rover. That's really nice because it has 2 movement, so it'll be able to scout far quicker.
Pod recovered.
Another Unity rover. We're going to chain rovers, I guess.
Turn complete.
Ooh, this is the Unity wreckage, so we might, if they haven't plundered this yet, we might be able to get some money out of it, and maybe even a plane. That would be excellent.
Insufficient energy.
I don't want to do that, because if you get to 0 credits, the game loves to spawn a random event that breaks something that you have. Sometimes it's even the very building that you just improved. So let's not do that. Let's get a colony pod down here, please, because you're going to grow pretty quick.
It is every citizen's final duty to go into the tanks and to become one with all the people. Chairman Shen Jiyang. Ethics for tomorrow.
Thank you for that. Cool. We saw a colony pod go this way. I don't mind her expanding if we're going to attack her, but we have to commit to that if we're going to do it. Okay, yeah, there's the wreckage. I don't remember which tiles trigger the wreckage in different ways. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Oh, there's the pirates. That's stinky. Ah, the analytical prime function, Aki Zeta-5. I heard many tales of your exploits. I remain Captain Svensgaard of the pirates. My intention is to harness the vast potential of the oceans. Cool. I have heard from Deirdre, and you'll give me 20 credits. There you go. And I would love to get your tech for my social psych.
He held his arm too stiffly, and so was thrown back repeatedly, until at last I seized his forearm and snapped it back against itself. His training suffered while the arm healed, of course, but I felt this was a lesson he must learn early, and well. Spartan Kell, honing the key.
Awesome, so we can build units in the sea. And yeah, I'll give you biogenetics for doctrine mobility.
Once a man has changed the relationship between himself and his environment, he cannot return to the blissful ignorance he left. Motion of necessity involves a change in perspective. Commissioner Pravin Lal, A Social History of Planet.
Thanks, Lal. So now we can now build speeders if we want to another tech. I don't really want to give you planetary networks, but I'll give you information networks.
Resources exist to be consumed, and consumed they will be. If not by this generation, then by some future. By what right does this forgotten future seek to deny us our birthright? None, I say. Let us take what is ours, chew and eat our fill. CEO Nwabude K. Morgan, The Ethics of Greed.
I think I said it in my Domai run, but he definitely gets the best quotes in the game, Morgan. We're not going to see him in this game, though. I'm not going to give you a tech for a map. I am not going to give you that. You want to have a treaty of friendship? Sure. And he's magnanimous with us now. He loves us. So the AI is doing what the AI loves to do, and it loves to rush towards features of the planet. We got an obelisk, or a monument, as like I like to call them, which is just a 2-2-2 tile. Excellent if it's in your territory, but it's not in it, so ripperonis. I want that guy, though, that Jeep, to go back to our territory, because I need to see what I should be settling up here, and I still can't see anything, so that's going to be worth knowing. That was a great amount of tech that we got. Something I did want to check is, under settings, there is a setting, I do not want you to design units automatically, because the AI loves to design a load of old garbage. Right now it's fine. Mostly these are normal things you would expect. I don't want that. What we do want to create in a workshop is just a generic ship. Is it cheaper to do it like that? Not normally, so we'll do that. And then I want to have a... Well, we need a colony pod for sure. There we go. And then the other thing that we need is a probe team. Are you more expensive with armor? You are. The game is smart enough to have them build probe teams at sea with the AI factions, unlike in the base game where they will never do it. So now she's mad. She's like, get your troops out of my territory. I'm going to say, only if you withdraw. Oh, I was hoping she'd be mad. But she wasn't mad. She just did it. That's a shame. I did not want her to just do it. Mindworm, I do not want you to attack my battle ogre, though, is the thing. Maybe it won't because we're too far away. In case it does, we'll sit together. Okay, there's a land border to the uranium flats, so we need to get something over here, stat.
Request confirmation.
Get the recycling tanks built. If you rush by without the first 10 minerals, it's really expensive, so I'm going to wait there. We can send you out to scout, I guess. Are we going to attack her straight away? Maybe not immediately, then. Because if I can get to this, it's not as much of a priority to run for it. I do wish I could have seen what was in the wreckage. I know where a capital is, so she started right at the bottom of the map. Oh, it's so tempting, though, man.
Turn complete. Production.
Oh, hi, Mindworm. Could you not be there? I would much love it if you were not there. Just gonna say.
Nutrient
Really?
resources.
Another one. That's rude. Can I capture you? No, because we don't have positive planet. 15 to 7. I'm gonna just say no to that.
Turn complete.
Please don't blow up my dude. Hey, we won. Sweet. I'll take it. We nearly died, but we didn't, so that's what matters.
Nutrient resources.
Excellent. That's going to rush our ability to build. I'm not moving. I don't want to move into the fungus.
Complete.
Alpha Prime, build another colony pod for me, please. We're going to have to go this way. I didn't plan on it. I'm just going to break my 3-tile rule if I settle here or here. But I want to, because I want to utilize some of these resources. So, where's the best place to settle? If I settle that's 4 tiles away. If I settle here, though, I get more uranium flats. It's still 4 tiles away. But if I settle here, I'll steal this mineral resource off her base. So I'm probably going to do that first. Again, we're going to go there semi-blind, which is a little bit dangerous, but it should be fine. More native life. At least we get the attacking bonus this time. I just want to see your territory. Don't blame me.
Some vices miss what is right because they are deficient. Others because they are excessive in feelings or in actions. While virtue finds and chooses the mean. Aristotle, Nicomachean Ethics.
Cool.
Data links.
So we can now go democratic if we want to. -2 support early game, though. Horrible. Absolutely terrible. So we're not going to do that. It means we get no free minerals at the base, so that's definitely a note for right now. So, 3 tiles away means we can get more of the jungle if we want to. There is a mindworm around, so I do have to be a little bit more careful this time. So I could do 1, 2, and be like here. If I go this way and then there, we should be relatively safe. Cool. We got that fungus done. Get me a road to start, please. You need to heal. I'm going to have you heal for 1 turn in case that pod in front is a mindworm as well.
Turn complete.
She's mad again because we're in a territory, but she's also blocking me from moving, so 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I don't see the mindworm, so we might be okay. We're going to wait till next turn to pop that pod. Hi! Is that the mining laser? So that comes from here. So she has popped this, which makes sense. She's literally right next to it. I don't want to deal with you, mindworm, if that's okay. Can we not? I don't really want... I mean, Secrets of the Human Brain is fine. I'll show you why that's a useful tech. For ethical calculus... Alright, sure.
There are only 2 ways in which we can account for a necessary agreement of experience with the concepts of its objects. Either experience makes these concepts possible, or these concepts make experience possible. Immanuel Kant, Critique of Pure Reason. Data links.
This is less useful for us because we can't run Fundamentalist. But the hypnotic trance is genuinely useful. I'm not just giving you a map, tech for maps, no thank you. So what we want to do is we want to go to our design workshop and we want to add hypnotic trance. It's free on these scouts, and what it does is it gives us bonus versus psi, which is how those mindworms attack us. So in the future, we want to do obsolete that for me, please. We want them to always build that trance scout just to give us some defense. You can now come out to play, I think. Like that. And of course, it's more mindworms. I'm glad we waited our turn. Stop attacking me with mindworms. I don't want it. Them settling there is really annoying. I'm going to... Okay, they don't have any territory in here. It's fine. I don't want their map. I don't want your map. Absolutely not. I'm going to say that you need to cede me Silverbird Park so I don't crush you. And she gave me it for free. It's because her might is terrible. And we keep our treaty. That's hilarious. I've never done that with a treaty on at the same time. That's really funny. That now means I need you to withdraw your units, please. Thank you. Well, that saves me having to do that. You need a Trans Scout Infantry. You don't get the free minerals as a result, but that's okay. That's alright with me. And you can go back, because this should now be pretty safe.
Complete.
He says as he gets his unit immediately blown up by a mindworm.
Production complete.
Oh, this game. Anyway, at least that's going to be free energy, I guess. Oh dear.
Terraform complete.
Cool, so where are we going to settle you? Because that's now an annoying distance between... That is really annoying. Because that's going to be hard to defend. And there's fungus where I would want to go. So... If we're doing the 3-tile rule, we'd settle like here. But I'm tempted to go further down. I mean, we're already here, so... Let's do it. Omicron quadrangle. Sweet. Get a basic set of units in there. Do you see that because we have improved industry, the amount of free minerals we get is more than the cost of this unit at this point? So essentially it's wasted, but it's fine. It's something I'm more than happy to accept.
Turn complete.
Okay, that might be the end of the territory. Do we want to change anything while we're at it? We're still in the expansion phase at the moment. I think we're good. We might even be able to give us Emerald Eden at some point. But not right now, it's fine. We don't know anybody. Cool, next turn.
Production complete.
You are a city with good growth and good production because you're in the jungle, so you're going to start going for the first wonder or secret project as they're called in this game, I think. So, we're going to go for the weather paradigm.
Initiated. Production complete.
You're going to sit in place. You didn't take any damage, so you can keep scouting.
Terraform complete.
We now have a road between Mu Terminus and Beta Heights. We should probably start improving some tiles. We don't have a lot of formers out yet. In fact,
Request confirmation.
I know it's a little bit expensive to do that, but I want to try and get some improvements out. So let's do that to get another former going. They can come this way. This dude can go this way. What tile is this? That is a flat and rainy tile. We don't have the 2 cap removed yet, so improving the jungle's not a huge priority. We probably want to go just for the specialty resources. And obviously roads too. So let's do a road from here to that new location. Yes, the river certainly helps, but it's not perfect. So we'll get to go that way. We could probably put a city here. Unless there's a crazy tile next door. And you can do 1, 2, 3. Okay, there is... Oh yeah, there is land here. Interesting. There's a lot more land than I thought. And she finally moved a mine worm, so this battle ogre can escape. No. Okay, she pronounced Vendetta against us because we refused to move. That unit's going to be a little bit annoying because it's on that rocky terrain. Formers are out. We have level 2 units we can build. It's going to take us a bit because it takes longer to build your first one. And then you want to get a synth metal garrison. Again, it's going to be expensive the first time, but it's okay. We're probably going to have to take that on, which sucks because we can't heal our dude. So if he loses or dies, it is what it is. And you're going to come back and help. I didn't want her to say that she'd attack me. I didn't think she would, but that's fine. It is what it is. Get a road to the capital. Your 211 is very stinky. So we're probably going to want to do... Well, how much would it cost for me to prototype this? Oh, we can afford it. Cool. Alright. It is expensive to do it, but it means they're going to probably attack this turn. Hopefully don't blow this city up. I'm actually tempted. Can I...
Insufficient energy.
I need 5 credits. No, I don't want the map. Oh, you better believe I'm taking that deal.
There are 2 kinds of scientific progress. The methodical experimentation and categorization which gradually extend the boundaries of knowledge, and the revolutionary leap of genius which redefines and transcends those boundaries. Acknowledging our debt to the former, we yearn nonetheless for the latter. Academician Prokhor Zakharov. Addressed to the faculty.
Attack of 4 is massive. No. I will give you that if you pay me. No check. No check, no tech. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of close enough. I want some money. Cool. That's exactly the offer I gave you, and now amazingly you can afford it. It's expensive to do that, but I would really rather they not blow this city up. So we're going to try and have them not blow it up.
Turn complete.
Well, that was good use of money. Go team. That went really, really well. So anything down here I should know about? Nothing crazy, so we'll go here and settle. Well, or fail to move, you know, whatever works, I guess. Yeah, even the monuments can't heal the battle ogres, I don't think. I mean, we're going to check because this guy's useless, but I'm pretty sure it can't do it. And then once you've built this, we're going to have to go into attack mode. So we need to do HQ, Design Workshop, Speeder. Yeah, that makes it cost way more money for no reason. That does as well. Cool. So it's going to be all attack, nothing else jeeps. And that's expensive to build the first time, so it's going to take us a few turns to get that up in motion, but it is what it is.
Production complete.
Okay, cool. Alpha Prime has that done. You're going to start building these as well. This is going to make us behind on tech, but it'll be fine. You're going to start expanding away from the combat.
Terraform complete.
Settle in place, new valley. And then once you have a recycling tank in, you're going to be useful. Do I settle here or do I settle this tile to the west that's on the coast? This is going to be a load of old rubbish terrain, so I'm going to do this and make it one tile closer to New Valley. I highly doubt she has another 2 combat attack unit. So once that one's gone, we should be fine.
Bot recovered.
Of course, that's a xenofungal bloom. That's the exact opposite of what we want. What unit are you? Just a scout? Well, you're on rocky terrain, so I don't want anything to do with you right now.
Project initiated. Production complete.
Cool. Cool. You're still sitting in place, so I'm going to sit here. You go away.
Bot recovered.
Nice, 50 credits. You love to see it. You have a land unit. Nice, good for you. What are you being protected by? A 1-1 unit. Cool. If we look at our design workshop... Did we even have a 1? We can do it like this. Do 1, 1, 1. Apply it. Cool. Okay, well, that's really useful. So, what we'll do is we'll move back, and then we might be able to just upgrade it. We would need 60 credits. Sure, make it happen. Where am I going to settle you now that we've had that xenofungal bloom? Probably somewhere this way. Oh, hello, colony pod. It'll probably beat my battle ogre in combat right now, to be honest.
Perhaps a careful review of your options is in order.
Okay, they do have synth metal armor in there. And this dude is following me.
Insufficient energy.
That'll be a couple of turns. Oh, I can just walk in there. That's fine then. I wonder if they have a tech we don't have. That'll be a free tech for me if they don't build something this turn. They might, to be fair. They're probably not running democratic, so they might be able to. Do that, or try and do that so I'd have defense, but apparently not. Synth metal garrison is built. Get recycling tanks. Classic early game fight, which is just a load of old garbage attacking each other. You have a couple of units in here. I guess it's probably a good idea to blow one of them up. We got 3-to-1 odds, so we shouldn't take much damage. And we didn't. Sweet.
Terraform complete.
Oh, he's chasing down my colony pod. That's pretty rude. Leave my colony pod alone. I guess I'll just keep using it to be chased. 19 energy. And we get a free tech. We do get industrial economics.
Our first challenge is to create an entire economic infrastructure from top to bottom out of whole cloth. No gradual evolution from previous economic systems is possible because there is no previous economic system. Each interdependent piece must be materialized simultaneously and in perfect working order. Otherwise, the system will crash out before it ever gets off the ground. CEO Nwabuda K. Morgan, the Centauri Monopoly.
It's funny that she has this because she can't run free market. Cool. Thank you for that. We're not going to run it right now. We don't have the way to do it. Cool. I just realised how long this episode's been going on for too, so we'll continue this, slap fight war next episode. So if you did enjoy the fact that we have a game back from 1999, please do let me know. The old comment, subscribe, like the video dance would be greatly appreciated. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.